Welcome back to the More Adult, where this soon-to-be 60-something is reviewing this book by this 30-something. And we're talking about how to become an adult or grown-up in 468 easiest steps. So we continue in the chapter on cooking, and we're going to go over the next 3 points. Step number 64, get some basic appliances. A toaster oven does an amazing variety of things and works great if you only have a little to bake. Some sort of small food processor will make most recipes a lot easier. Spring for a big model if you plan on cooking regularly. Finally, while a stand mixer is great, a handheld electric mixer will do much of what you require mixing wise. Step number 65, if you have the cash, these things make kitchen life easier. A handheld juicer to get every drop out of that lemon. A rolling pin, which works better than a heavy jar. A little handheld grater. And step number 66, know where things are in your kitchen and label when necessary. Make sure your kitchen has some sort of organizational system that makes sense, at least to you. If things do not come with labels, masking tape and a Sharpie go a long way. Okay. Well, first of all, I do have a stand mixer, and I've owned that stand mixer since I graduated from college back in 1985, and it is extremely huge, and I'm not going to lug it out, because you all saw it in the mixer video that I did a while back for my girlfriend Janet Graydon. But if your space is limited, I recommend you don't get a stand mixer unless you got a side hustle of making macaroons. You really don't need a stand mixer. You do need a stand mixer eventually, but it depends on your level of cooking. And the same thing with your small appliances. It depends on the level of your cooking. So let's say, for example, in your opinion, you can't have Sunday without waffles. You're going to need a waffle iron. Fair enough. So when it comes to mixing, this is a hand mixer. It comes with a whisk attachment. It comes with a dough hook. It comes with beaters, well, dough hooks and beaters. And the beaters are for helping you make fluffy things and put together like cake batter and stuff. This is for making bread doughs and focaccia, and this is for whisking eggs and making them light and fluffy so you can make macaroons. I also recommend that if you're in the blending department, if you have a kid, a baby, or a baby on the way, invest in a hand blender. This puppy is your godsend. It's what's known as an immersion blender. You just stick it in stuff, you hit the button and whirl, and you've got a puree. Kids like baby food for about a week. They want your food. So you just blend it up, you give it to them, life is good. Also comes with a whisk attachment, so you can make meringues. When she talked about a rolling pin, not just for hitting husbands. I'm kidding, I've never hit my husband with, well, okay. I'm kidding. But you know, it's a rolling pin, and that's exactly what it does. It rolls, and you use it for making things flat. So if you're making cookies, you're making pies, you're making breads, you're making, you know, cinnamon buns, then yeah, you need to invest in a rolling pin. When she talked about juicers, this is my handheld juicer. This is great. You get it at the store, easy peasy. You can also use one of these, which is great for smushing limes for your mojitos on the weekend. Or you can be fancy and thrift a lovely piece of vintage glass that you can use to get your juice on. So the last thing that she mentioned was a food processor, and you can get one of those little chapaderas if that makes you happy. But like she said, if you're cooking or doing a lot of cooking, then yeah, you need a food processor. And this one's great for chopping and dicing and all that other stuff. And if you didn't notice behind me, remember how she said get a toaster oven? Well, this book was written in 2013. That was before that became the rage. You know what that is? Yeah, that's an air fryer. And an air fryer essentially does the same thing that a toaster oven does. If your apartment comes with an oven, it's not going to kill you to, you know, light the stove and use the toaster portion. You know, you can toast in a stove, right? You know, you can do that. You just put it on broil and you just watch it very carefully, and you can toast in your oven. save yourself an appliance. So anyways, that's it for today. So, you know, get yourself some basic needs based on your cooking wants. So if you want to do omelets every weekend, make sure that you got an omelet pan. If you like to do waffles, get yourself a waffle iron. But I do recommend getting yourself a beater, because, you know, there's going to be a potluck and you're going to have to make a cake or maybe some brownies. So you're going to need one of these puppies. And if you like to make soups, then get yourself one of these puppies, because this is my friend. And then if you like to make drinks and you like to have fresh squeezed in your tea, then get yourself some juicing stuff. And that's it for today. And until next time, don't forget, I love you. And ta-ta for now.